Season 18 is shaping up to be a great season for Fallout 76. There's a brand new scoreboard, new questline, new game modes, new rewards, weapon balancing, and many other great things. In addition, one of the most anticipated changes ever is dropping. The legendary currency and crafting system has been completely reworked, but the way Bethesda is going about the transition has the community upset, and that's what we'll be talking about today. Hi everyone, Sunkissed here, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, definitely leave it a like and throw me a subscription. But without further ado, let's get into this. About a month ago, sweeping changes to the legendary crafting system hit the public test server. Gone were the days of legendary cores, and in were legendary particles. Legendary particles were gained by scrapping legendary gear, and then could be used for legendary crafting. In addition to scrapping weapons and getting particles, you also had the chance of getting legendary box mods, which you could apply directly to your choice of legendary gear. Everyone was rightfully excited. We had just learned that gone were the days of extreme RNG, and we had a little bit more choice in the sort of gear that we wanted to run. But there was still a question that everyone had to answer. What was going to happen to legendary cores? It was pretty apparent that modules and particles at the time and scrip were the remaining currencies, so what was going to happen to the legendary cores? And this is really where the controversy comes in. In a blog post today, Bethesda confirmed that events will now award legendary modules instead of legendary cores, which I believe was already known from the public test server. The new information that came out today is that legendary cores that you have on your character/accounts right now will be exchanged at a 1-to-1 exchange rate for legendary scrip if they're not spent by the end of this season and the start of season 18, which is September 3rd. I don't believe that this is the proper way to transition our currencies and transition to the new system. Legendary cores are far more difficult to farm than legendary scrip. In fact, the only way to get legendary cores currently is through public events, and not even all public events reward legendary cores. In contrast, legendary scrip is one of the easiest currencies to come by in Fallout 76. For example, a 3-star power armor piece is worth 45 scrip when scripted. A 3-star weapon is worth 40, and so on. One expedition alone has the potential of netting you a few hundred scrip worth of legendary gear, depending on, your luck and the sort of gear that you get. Some community members have thousands of legendary cores saved up over the course of what is likely multiple days of in-game time. They simply cannot use or spend all of their legendary cores before the season starts. You need legendary cores and modules to reroll gear. Legendary modules have weight to them and can't be traded, so you're bottlenecked by how many modules you can carry if you have a ton of legendary cores saved up. I understand that there is an extended, scrip surplus, but that still will not be enough for the most dedicated players that have spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours farming, their legendary cores. And those hundreds and thousands of hours of dedication will be reduced to something that is achievable in minutes. To put this in perspective, I played this game a fair amount. I'd say probably at least 5 to 10 hours per week. And I maybe can achieve 60 to 100 legendary cores in a week, max. And I can get that amount of script I can get 3 or 4x that amount of script in one expedition run, if not just finding legendary gear naturally throughout playing the game. So that exchange rate of 1-to-1 for scrip is kind of ridiculous. I urge Bethesda to change course and change the legendary cores into legendary modules. They are what is replacing them as rewards for events, so I feel like that makes the most sense. I understand there could be a possible issue because modules still weigh something, but they could do away with that by just removing the weight from modules. I feel like that's unneeded. If not doing that, at least the conversion rate needs to be significantly increased. 100, 200, 300 to 1. I mean, something way more significant. Every other change to legendary crafting has people so excited, myself included, but this one really has me scratching my head. When I read the blog post, I thought it was a typo. Surely they're not exchanging legendary cores for legendary scrip. But the more I read the blog post over and over, I think it's right. I think that's actually their plan. Bethesda, please do not let this change be the stain on this season and what everyone remembers it for. This is an easy decision to make, and I think you need to rethink how you're going to do this conversion. That's going to do it for that sort of topic. I don't want to be too negative. I am still very excited for the new season. I feel like I just had to say what was on my mind when it came to that topic, and I think a lot of other players are in the same camp as me, and I just wanted to voice that. Hopefully Bethesda can see this. I know I'm not super out there, but I have a voice. I should use it, to speak on what I think the community would like to see happen. I'm definitely excited for the legendary crafting system aside from the exchange rate. I have plenty of 3-star gear, weapons and armor that are 90% of the way there. They're just waiting on that one final star to become perfect. And I have a ton of, miscellaneous weapons and armor just piled up on my meal account and piled up on my main account. It's starting to get pretty heavy, so September 3rd can't come soon enough so I can finally scrap all that stuff and clear out my stash boxes. So definitely excited to experience the new caravan related content and the new quest line that came along with that as well. Season 17 and the Skyline Valley update was my favorite one so far. I absolutely loved the quest line that they added and the new faction, the Lost. So I hope that gets built on more. And yeah, definitely very excited to see what the season holds. Excited to see what the new weapon meta will become after the railway is either dethroned or pulled closer to falling off the throne than it is now. I am guessing that heavy crit builds are going to be what takes over, but that's just my estimate. It'll be also interesting to see what happens to the marketplace for apparel and tradable legendary gear, since any legendary gear that has legendary effects modified with box mods or anything like that will no longer be tradable. I wonder what is going to happen to the trade value of tradable god roll weapons or tradable apparel. Not to mention, with the most recent iteration of the crafting, there is additional crafting requirements such as having certain bobbleheads or certain chems to craft legendary box mods. So that's to be seen what happens to the market for disposable stuff like bobbleheads and for chems and magazines and stuff like that. So a lot of question marks about the new season, but I'm excited to jump in. I just got a PC relatively recently, so I'm not fully set up yet, and I do need to get my hands on the PTS so I can cover some more breaking news as it's happening, but that's going to come soon. I promise I'll be able to cover that stuff for y'all in the near future. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about these changes? What do you think about the new season? I want to hear your opinion. And with that, that'll do it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.